Stephen Brehony. From blacksmith to bikes.
That's it.
What kind of a period of time are we talking about?
About 160 years.
What year did it start?
My grandfather came here, our great-grandfather came here in 1852 and set up a blacksmith business on Castlebar Street. And he came from Tuam with his young son, John P. Brehony. He was Thomas Brehony. And John P. Brehony set up the business, the company. J.P. Brehony still is. And he went into coachmaking. So there were, my father was telling me in his time, the craftsmen that were here, wheelwrights, blacksmiths, upholsterers, he says their skills were unbelievable. So that lasted up into the early years of the 20th century. When my father was 16, 17, he took an interest in the motor business, and he had a love for it, and he continued at that right up into the 70s. But we stayed here in our current premises, and we just went into car servicing laterally, and in the last 7 years we went totally into the bike business. So I can talk about the bike business. When I started in the 60s, it was all the old-fashioned black Highlanders, as they were called, and it wasn't until the late 60s when Irish Rally, the rally bikes, they started a hire business called the Rally Rent-A-Bike, and they launched the small 20-inch wheel bike at that stage. And at that stage then the smaller bike took off, and then they followed that up with the old rally chopper, and then the mountain bike craze came on, and the BMX craze, and in the late 70s with Sean Kelly and Stephen Roach, the racing bike was all the rage. But and that stayed more or less like that right up until the start of the 21st century. With less racing bikes being sold and more mountain bikes. But since the bike to work started off, and with the Greenway here in Westport, it's swung right around again, and it's primarily hybrid bikes now that are being sold, along with the enthusiasts that are going for the racing bikes. They're just your ordinary racing bike. You're talking about €700-800 bikes upwards. So in my time I've seen the old rally pop go, and then which was all steel, and the aluminium frames, and now carbon frames. So it's done, how bikes have come on is unbelievable in my time, which will be 50-something years.